Hi, I'm Sam Saunders and welcome to this week's edition of Antenna. Today on the show we have a special, which is also a bit of history, particularly if you're into the Uncanny X-Men. It's a documentary that was made a couple of years ago for the Open File program, but it's never been shown before. It's about the X-Men who at that time had just signed with Mushroom to cut their first record. Also appearing with you in the studio today is Uncanny X-Man Brian Mannix. Well, welcome to Antenna, Brian.
Thank you, Sam. It's a delight to be here.
Good on you. Well, you've had a look at the film. How accurate a picture do you think it is of the rock and roll industry?
Yeah, I think it's a fairly accurate thing. There's parts that are sort of compressed for film's sake, but I think it gives people a pretty good insight as to the way things work. Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at it now, and afterwards we can talk about where you think the Uncanny X-Men have got to since it was made.
Sounds fine to me.
Okay.
You do the first down, down, then you do the second down, down.
That sounds terrible.
Well, stereo PA, because if he's only doing it, he's only getting it out one side out of the front.
It's going to lose though between the two guitars, that is for sure.
Just try it again. What are you playing in the beginning? Just play what you're 1, 2, 3, 4.
The Uncanny X-Men have been around for a bit over 3 years. They emerged on the scene as a garage band from Melbourne's western suburbs. Like hundreds of other groups, they were trying to find fame and fortune by becoming rock and roll stars.
Won't make it right. Now I can't say hello, 'cause she's just someone that I used to know.
It isn't just a case of getting up on stage and playing like it was, say, 15 years ago or even 10 years ago. You've got to have a system now. You know, you've got to have a PA and lights and a truck to get that lot around and somebody to drive the truck and somebody to set it all up for you. The overheads, even for a small band now, the overheads would be over $1,000 a week. And, like, when you're just starting out, you're not going to recoup that kind of money at all.
$50 a gig,
50, yeah.
or $100 a gig. To have to pay out $1,000 a week. So.
Yeah, it's a very sort of mental strain involved. You know, you've got to run around from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. You're just running around, paying lighting bills, PA hire, chasing up road crew, fixing trucks, you know, getting to the gig, organising gigs, worrying about the agency.
It's also being competitive and original too, because like, there is a lot of bands around because the music scene's really healthy. So you've got to sort of have that little something that's different and that to sort of make you stand out from all the other 100 of bands that are pretty good, because the standard is a lot higher nowadays.
I think we're one of the few bands who bothers to get up there and not just play our stuff and say, wow, aren't we happening?
Hip and trendy.
You know, we try and work on two levels. Like, we try to be musically, you know, good, but we try to be visually as entertaining as we can as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, really, I really don't. Here's a song about all of those things. It's a song which is topical, as I suggested. It's a song called I Want to Be Your Baby.
In the middle of 1982, the X-Men were playing the pubs along with other would-be rock and roll stars, trying to eke out a living. They were playing several gigs a week, sleeping during the day and working off until 2 or 3 at night. The financial rewards were minimal.
So I'm always asking you to stay. So don't go. I wanna be out.
Their main aim was always to entertain, so their act includes blue jokes, impersonations of other rock stars, and no-fuss rock and roll. It's a mixture of parody, cheekiness and pub humour, all moved along by the antics of Brian Mannix.
We're not making any at the moment, but if you're lucky, you know, you're not in it for the money. We're not in it for the money. Like Ron is, he's in it for the girls. Well, he joined the band to pick up chicks. That's dead right. I'm Chris. This is Rod. Hello, Chris. Hello.
Unless the X-Men were spotted by the record companies, it seemed unlikely they would ever be a huge success. Then, in November 1982, the Melbourne-based Mushroom Records offered them a contract.
All right, boys, you ready to sign your lives away? Here we go. Now, Rob's been over all these, and I presume he's told you at least a couple of the clauses that are in there.
No. I told them who Michael Gudinski was.
That's enough.
Michael Gudinski is the only son of a wealthy Melbourne family and founding head of Mushroom. His success goes back 10 years to Skyhooks.
Welcome to the team, son. Now, let's not make too much of a mess.
Tell me where the toilet is?
Let's not make too much of a mess. We've got another band to come straight in, please.
There goes my deal.
Despite the champagne and kisses, Gudinski's known as a tough operator. Many feel the rock industry markets groups like cans of baked beans. The X-Men are signing for a cut of about 10% of earnings from their work, but at this moment, signing a 3-year contract seems the most important thing.
I'm missing one advance.
Well, with the situation, we're going to break all records. Because we're based in Melbourne and most of the, or all the major companies are based in Sydney, we obviously have got a big advantage for a Melbourne-based band for a start, because we've got our own art department, we've got our own promotion people. Different to a lot of independents, we actually fit in between a normal independent and a major company. And for a Melbourne-based band to have those kind of facilities and close contact and communication with a record company, I think that any Melbourne band that wants that kind of situation with their label would be crazy to look any further.
What they say about Mushroom contracts is like, there's a joke, it's something along the lines of, what's the difference between a Mushroom contract and Iran? And the answer is that if you're really, really lucky, you can get out of Iran, you know.
Nick, could I hear the whole drum part, the Ginny Krupa part?
The day after signing, the Uncanny X-Men were in AAV Studios in Melbourne, recording a mini-album, live.
Thank you. Steve, a little bit of ice, please. Chuck, could I hear you, please?
Recording is monumentally expensive. At this time, Fleetwood Mac was spending $2 million and thousands of hours in the recording studios to produce one album. The X-Men had from start to finish 6 hours to make their mini album with 6 tracks.
Okay. Just a little bit of vocal, please.
Everybody's rocking and rolling down in Pakistan. Whoa, baby, get down with that funky mother of yours. All right.
Okay, we're ready to go. Hold on.
Well, the reason why we recorded it here, as opposed to going out to a pub or to a concert and doing it, is quite simple, in as much as we signed, I mean, we got the record deal, signed the contracts and all that sort of stuff, and wanted to get out product so quickly that by coming into here, into a much more controlled atmosphere and bringing an audience in, we lessen the risk of something going wrong.
It's not bad when
It's live, that's it. Live, one shot, bang home, warts and all.
I think Chuck did well.
that drum.
That sounded the pits out there too. Like, it's just, everything sounded this big, you know?
I like the echo on the end of George of the Jungle.
For a live record and our first record, yeah, fine. You know, it's just live.
What it is, it's alright. Yeah.
It's just supposed to just represent what the band is live at a live gig at a pub. You know, we're all pretty nervous, I think, because we haven't had a hell of a lot of recording experience in studios or whatever you want to call it, right?
A saying in the rock industry is, that'll never make a hit. Over 3/4 of records produced lose money, but the rest make up for it. That's what the X-Men hope to do with Salive One.
Okay, next up is a great album by the Uncanny X-Men. And a lot of interesting things about this band. Firstly, they've only just been signed to Mushroom Records.
The first stage of marketing a record is this meeting. These are the record salesmen who trudge the streets trying to convince stores to take their product. But it's a multi-pronged marketing attack. Selling the record means getting the record buyers to hear it. To do this, it's got to be played on radio and TV rock shows like Sounds and Countdown.
Sweat, a lot of blue jokes, but they're a guaranteed great night out at the pubs. So we're going to play a couple of tracks off this one. First one is I Want to Be Your Baby, which is one of their big live ones.
Despite the superficial smiles and chumminess, this is a tough industry. After all, the object is to make money.
Monday we got the Uncanny X-Men coming out. So what have you got for us?
Well, we've got everything pretty well together to go with it to radio. We just got to sort out exactly what backup we're going to do and when.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Hello, Keith.
What have you got for us today?
A couple of hits.
Yeah, but you say that all the time.
Yeah.
And Uncanny X-Men, which is a live album.
We've had a lot of people asking for these this week. Right, we're 15 for starters, I think.
It's not bad at all, actually. I'm quite impressed.
You're just going to have to do everything you can do. I think even if you have to drag Molly by the hair to a gig so he just sees the kind of reaction they're getting out there.
It's going to be difficult to put them on Countdown, though, isn't it?
Because they haven't got a single.
Yeah.
For a first outing, it's a pretty reasonable effort, but it's not over the top, through the roof.
We didn't expect to come up against this problem with Countdown where you wouldn't play something that isn't a single.
Right.
Well, I'm telling you one thing, these people are going to get the shock of their lives because in Melbourne, this record is going to rocket. I mean, they have got no street vibe at all. They just don't realise how big this band are out in the streets.
Down in Geelong, they're massive. You can't get in there.
Can we sort of come to some arrangement? What if they go top 30? Would you...
Well, yeah, of course.
And the X-Men's record is going to hit the top 10 in Melbourne within 2 weeks. It's going to bolt in. And then Countdown are going to be ringing us saying, what's happened, what's happened?
I personally don't think that they should have come out with a live, well, mini LP or whatever it is, 12-inch EP, for their first launch on a market that is so competitive.
The songs are quite good. They're quite well played. The production's okay. But nothing on the album jumps out and says, this must go on the air immediately.
I didn't really like them, but then again, that's not my kind of stuff. But they'll sell. They'll sell simply because they're that kind of Australian poppy kind of music which goes into the top 40 time and time again.
We'll set up for the drum kit. I'd like you guys to be dummied, Okay, so we'll cheat you around so Colin can use the guitar for a line shot through to the kid. Okay? We'll try and do this in one run. If we can't, we'll stop and net it and pick it up. Okay, as a vision only. It's fully animated, please. Fully animated.
Despite the mixed reaction to the record, the X-Men are working on a video clip to increase their chances of TV exposure.
Okay, stand by. That's the way. Come on, man. Pretty hectic. Sorry? Once more, with feeling.
With feeling.
They were shocked when they heard the news. She won't be back no more. And she was tired of this and she got bored with me. She left with the boy next door.
To get the Uncanny X-Men further exposure, they were lined up as a support to Joan Jett's Australian tour in December '82. Their problem was they weren't known outside Melbourne. They're on their way to Sydney's Capitol Theatre.
Larry, can we move this back? This is what's going on. It's going now. Let's do it now. If we move that back 3 feet, man, I would have more room to move.
Yeah, no, we did have it back.
Get it level with the back of the area. Two.
Yeah, it's starting happening.
Is that coming out the front? Two.
Yeah, there it goes.
Two.
Yeah, it's cracking a
Fair
lot.
enough. Oh, it's in the drums. We're going to have to pull it back off and get it out, otherwise... Damn like that.
All right, over the top today, eh? Really over the top. Give it heaps. See the audience. Oh, bunch of wankers.
Because you don't give a damn about my man reputation.
Everything's in there, so it's set out ready to go. Champagne tomorrow night.
Moving over here rather slowly, so I can pick my guitar up.
You in tune?
No, I'm about to tune up.
That's a smaller bracket, is it, Rob?
Hey?
Oh, that's over here.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
How do you think he's going to go down?
Yeah, shit on.
Great.
Let's be honest. I think we'll play well. Sydney audiences aren't very familiar with us. We've played here once, and the majority of people still haven't seen us, and I especially think the crowd here tonight won't have ever seen us before. So we'll just have to wait and see. But we'll give it our best, and it should go down well. If it doesn't, well, let's have a good taste.
How's the record's going, Nick?
Lovely. We just got. They're going great. We just got a telex from Melbourne today, saying the first 3 days we sold 1,100 copies, which is really
Okay,
good.
guys, we're on. Let's go. Give them heaps.
Come on. Give it heaps.
Thank you very much. This is a song called She's Just Someone That I Used to Know Twice. And it goes like this, everybody. She says that she don't know me, but we know there was more. She talks about the weather she never did before. We got change on the night, won't make it right. Now I can't say hello, 'cause just be so all alone? And how could I just be so? Now I feel I'm going home.
The tour was a success, but even though the disc sold well and charted in Melbourne, it failed to chart elsewhere. There was still a long way to go before the Uncanny X-Men reached rock and roll stardom.
Well, I can't say hello, 'cause she's just someone that I used to know.
Well, that was the Uncanny X-Men in 1982.
Yes.
What's happened to the band since then?
Well, I think probably the most obvious thing is I've lost about 1.5 stone. Discovered hair gel, stopped cutting my own hair and singing tune occasionally now. Yeah, I think a lot of things has happened, but that's probably the most obvious.
Well, you've had a couple of people leave the band since then and your manager. Is that common for bands, that turmoil, or is it just...
Oh yeah, I think I think if you look at just about every band, even like Kids in the Kitchen, Pseudo Echo, us, Models, Mondo Rock, every band has the lineup changes because as a band progresses, things change.
Yeah, so it's not out of the ordinary.
No, I don't think it is at all.
You're also appearing on the Countdown Awards later on in the week.
Yeah, I've given away, given them away at the Countdown Awards. Best songwriter and something else. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you didn't get any awards or any nominations for awards. Are you sort of disappointed about that?
Not really. We only really had one record out in 1984, which was Everybody Wants to Work, which it did well, and I'm happy with the way it went. I think maybe we could have done with a nomination in Best Performance in a Video, but next year we'll clean up.
There's always another year. So, how important do you think rock awards like Countdown are to bands like the Uncanny X-Men?
I think they're very important because it's because you're in a band, it's very hard to judge objectively how well you're doing. Like I don't feel any more successful now than what I did when that film was made. But the band is a lot more successful, but when it's something like an award, you've got something tangible to say, yes, we are good, which doesn't often happen.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks, Brian Mannix, for appearing on Countdown, mate.
Not a problem at all.
Oh, on Antenna?
Well, I'll do Antenna and Countdown.
Yeah, good luck.
Okay.
And to go out this week, we have your latest, 50 Years.
Okay, let's hope it's the latest edit of 50 Years.
Okay.
Don't